Go check it out. I had something break. You hear that? You had this happen to you. I love my air fryer. You could give everyone a couple of updates. This is vlog number 30. You haven't heard that for a while, have you? What is a vlog? Well, it's not going to be like last year's vlogs where I videoed every day of the week, because that kind of took a toll on me, to tell you the truth. That's doing hair and makeup every day, trying to fit something in every day was a little bit challenging, and I dropped off from doing the vlog style videos. However, I'm up for trying something new. I hope you're up for watching something new this year, and I'm going to have Mark join us at the end of this video because you haven't seen him for a while. This vlog style of video is going to be a recap of things that have been going on in our reselling life, and some personal too. A little bit of personal here and there. And to get started in this one, well, let me stop right there. You might be new to our channel. I'm Vicki with Avante-Avenue, and my husband Mark and I resell primarily on eBay. And I have about 300 videos on our YouTube channel. And the vlog style is a longer video with bits and pieces and tidbits and just all kinds of things that might be going on in our reselling and personal life. In this vlog, well, let's see, where are we going to start in this vlog? This is the first vlog of 2024. So we need to go back a little bit. You know, I took a break at Christmas time. So this vlog is going to start out with going shopping in Knoxville, Tennessee. Yes, Knoxville, our first trip to Knoxville for having some fun and sourcing. How I got started is my sister, who lives in Ohio. We're from Ohio, living in Northeast Tennessee. She contacted me and said she was going to be on the western side of Tennessee for Thanksgiving. So she asked me if we could meet up somewhere halfway. Well, halfway ended up being about 2.5 hours for both of us to drive, and Knoxville was the location. So that's what we did. Last Thanksgiving, we met up in Knoxville, Tennessee, and we went thrifting and shopping and checked out some charm stores and antique malls and had lunch. So this video is just going to be some highlights of that meetup, because I'm thinking about putting out a separate video for that entire day of shopping in Knoxville. And we hope to go back because we had fun and we have lots more stores to check out next time. So let's get started and go back to Knoxville, and you'll get to see my sister, who has the same birthday as I do. Her name is Michelle, and she'll pop in just briefly in this video. Let's get started. Go check it out. I'm going in here.
Is that an entrance? Oh.
Right above.
Oh, jeez. Go.
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
Good. So much to look at.
Here, you go there.
The brass rocking horse, $32.95. It's a moose. Stocking holder in his pajamas. Cute. What'd you find, little frog? That's cute. Looks like a Dollar Tree frog.
3 of them.
3. That's a cute little red shirt. Got some wear. 3 little frogs. Mark's over here playing with the frogs. Ho, ho, ho. Look what we just found here. We just sold some of these. What are they asking? We don't want the hooks with it. $5.99 each. Still might be worth it. As long as they're not broken.
This is
Two of them for
pieces for
$2.99.
That's different.
Then
This is
it's the
older.
same cap, but it's older.
Look,
Yeah, it doesn't match.
That's
Okay,
nice
we
and
will
bright.
we will buy this one for $2.99. How can it say originally $2.99 each? I don't know. And we found some Grabbit bowls here, officially Grabbit bowls for two of them for $4.99. We'll pick those up. Sorry, can you move the cart there, honey? You see a cupcake angel house talking. I'm going to get this one for sure for $6.99.
But inside, if you open, take the lid
Yeah,
back
but
off.
it's got, oh,
Yeah.
That's an old
Yeah,
copy, but how
fine.
much are they asking for it?
30.
This place is gigantic.
But I drink loose leaf tea, I brew it, and that's what I make boba tea with.
I had to include some snow video in this video because we don't get a lot of snow here in Northeast Tennessee. So I thought I'd show you just a few clips of our backyard view. Do you have snow right now? Do you? We've got snow. And so do the birds. Oops, I think I scared him away when I opened the window. Mark's gonna go out and clean everything off and fill the feeders. How's your thrift store thrifting going? I stopped into our Salvation Army and the shelves were absolutely bare. I have more stuff in this one wall than they had on multiple shelves in their store. The story goes that between Christmas and New Year's, they got rid of all the stuff that hadn't sold. Now, mind you, if they had marked it down just a little more, maybe they could have sold it. But no, their prices are pretty high at Salvation Army. So they cleared the shelves. Then we had a snowstorm, as you saw. We had snow. And things were shut down for a while. And they didn't get donations. Oh yeah, they have clothing. They always seem to have clothing. But they didn't get hard goods. So I'm going to show you here how bare their hard goods shelves were when I walked in. Mind you, I went in again this past week and the hard goods shelves are still bare. How about your thrift stores? How are they doing? Are you finding stuff to resell? Or are your thrift store shelves bare like ours? I mean, Goodwill had some stuff, but nothing really good. Oh my gosh, you know that I've packed and shipped a lot of fragile stuff, right? I teach you how to pack and ship fragile items. Does that guarantee that nothing ever breaks? You think? Rarely. It's been years. But I had something break. Yeah, luckily the lady was really nice about it. I shipped 5 dinner plates and one of them was shattered. So we're going to go back and I'm going to show you exactly how I packed it. So pay close attention and let me know if you see anything along the way that maybe I should have done differently. I'm sure you'll have an opinion on that, what I could have done differently. I know now what I could have done differently. And you know, I kind of was second guessing myself a little bit, but you know, I had 4 layers of large 1/2-inch bubble wrap on the bottom when it was all said and done. But yeah, I'm going to show you here exactly how I packed it step by step. And then at the end, I'm going to talk about what I could have done differently that probably would have, maybe would have, could have, would have prevented the breakage, the one plate from breaking. I was very lucky. The buyer was great. For right now, we're going to pack it. All right, let's pack these plates. 5 dinner plates. How big are these? Ooh, almost 11 inches. These are pretty good sized dinner plates. And because they have been sitting on a shelf for a while, I'll give them a little dust. I can see I have some fingerprints on them. That's going to happen as I work with them. Thought I'd bring my scale over and weigh them. If you're trying to measure a plate or a bowl or something and you can't see the reading on the scale, just put a styrofoam bowl. I've got 2 styrofoam bowls. 1 pound, 6 ounces. 1 pound, 6 ounces per dinner plate. And we need to pack 5 of these. Yes, 5 dinner plates. Want to do it for me? I'll make you dinner. We got to do it. We just got to do it. And you can see that the styrofoam plates that I use to separate these are pretty wimpy. They're too small. How about my largest styrofoam dinner plate? Will these work? This is the smaller one. That's the larger one. Will these work? Well, no. And I'll tell you why. There's a huge gap that I can feel between this part of the plate, shallow area of the plate, and the dinner plate. There's too much of a gap there. So that's not going to work. So these are not going to help me out today. So what can we use? I have some foam wrap that's 12 inches square. And we know the plates are 11, so that's going to work. So let's get some of this ready. 4, 5, and I think I need more than that, but I'm going to set it aside for right now. I don't know, do I have styrofoams between all these? Yes. Right, let's just do this. Plate, foam, plate. Get rid of this. Foam, plate. Toss that. Sheet of foam, plate, foam, plate. Foam on top. And I said I might need one more. By the way, I've tried different brands of this, and some of it's really horrible. So if you're looking for a good foam, I have a link in the description below the video. This is pretty good stuff. Some of it, as soon as you touch it, it shreds. Let's put a piece of this on the bottom. Kind of line these up. And I'm going to fold up, I think, each corner and give it some tape. So the opposite corner. This will help protect. And I'm just kind of pressing this down as I go. It'll give it a little bit of protection around the perimeter of the plate. It's definitely not enough. We need more than this. We always need more. More is better when it comes to packing. So yeah, I like that. But I also feel that I want it snugger. I don't want the plates to move at all. So I'm going to use some stretch wrap. How much did I say these weighed? 1 pound, I don't know, 6 ounces. I'm going to lift 5 of these. I'm going to get my workout here. I can lift it up. Feel that weight. I do lift weights. I lift 8-pound weights. I do 100 reps, 10 different exercises, arm exercises, 10 of each. I get 100 reps in of using 8-pound weights. So it's really not that bad to lift this. You gotta be strong when you're packing. I know it's stretch wrap, but I cut it. Yep, I cut it. Okay, press this down. Now there's just no way these plates are going to shift. They feel really nice. This has worked out really well using the foam and then the stretch wrap, but it's not enough. Because I'm not sure how many sheets of large 1/2-inch bubble wrap I need, I went ahead and grabbed 3. I'm going to be watching my height on this a little bit. I need 3 more. 3 more, large 1/2-inch. I'm going to cross lay it. If it will cooperate, I'll cross lay it. I'm working in a 2x4 space. That's what my table is. It's about 20 inches deep, not even 2 feet by 4 feet. This is a table we picked up at, I don't know, a local store a long time ago. Again, I'm checking my height. I don't want to get too high. I think I'm all right. I wanted to stay under 6. I think I'm good. Let's get some masking tape on here. And I feel the plates. I feel something, but I don't feel the actual rim itself of the plates. That's good. Meaning I don't feel anything that doesn't feel protected. Press your tape down and remember your thank you label that I run 30 up, but I almost always forget. I forget it, but then I remember. What can I say? I've got a lot going on when I'm packing. A lot of things to think about. And keep a scrap piece of cardboard like the back of a notepad or something. It works great for using to measure the height of something. We are at about 5.5 inches, which is great. And I am 12 by 12. And it's going ground advantage. I think I have two options for boxes. I have a 12 by 12 by 6 and I have a 12 by 12 by 12. Which one should I use? I have quite a bit of bubble wrap around here. I would like to add more though. Check this box out first, the 12 by 12 by 6. So I have these side by side, and I think you can see here that I have some extra room in the box. That's exactly what I need. I need to add more bubble wrap around here. So I'm going to try to make this work in a 12 by 6 by 6 instead of going to the 12 by 12 by 12, which I either need to cut down or add a lot of packing material. So let me get this taped up. And in a case like this, I have tape on the sides and always on the seam where the box is glued. So let's do a test fit. Well, the thing is, I know it's going to fit, but still, I'll show you here. It's going to fit. It's heavy. So I really didn't want to put it in there and lift it back out knowing that it was so heavy. So I've got 2 sheets that direction, 3 sheets this direction. And when this goes in here, I'm not planning on pulling it back out. I'll let the buyer worry about that. They can tear the box apart if they like. Okay, it's getting really, really tight here. So I guess I got it in a little crooked. Here's some bubbles popping, but it's in. It's in. And I think I'm going to have to cut this down just a little bit here so it's not overlapped. I'm going to put a piece of scrap cardboard right on top, right in the center, to help with any impact that it might incur along the way. Can I shake it? Oh, yeah, I can shake it. Shake it up. I'm not going to worry about bringing this all the way together here. In fact, it's not going to go all the way together, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay. I'm pretty good. Well, one more. Press the tape down everywhere. Don't like the looks of that. Can't easily flip it over, but can be done. And guess what? We did it. We packed 5 dinner plates, heavy dinner plates, and it's done. We need to go out in the garage to the big scale, so come along. Out here we have the O-House scale. I've got it zeroed out. Here's the scale. Get the package on here with a sample label. That includes the backing to allow for those fragile labels. 7.70. It's 8 pounds. Yep, 8 pounds. So now that I look back at the video of how I packed it, what could I have done differently that might have prevented one of those plates from breaking? You can see from the box it took kind of a hit on the bottom corner, the bottom edge. And you know, plates are kind of rounded at the bottom, and I did have 4 layers of large 1/2-inch bubble wrap under there, but it took a hard hit. Number one, these were really large plates. I actually needed larger than 12 by 12. I could have gone to my 12 by 16, but still, one dimension was going to be 12 inches. So yeah, a slightly larger box would have helped. If I could do it all over again, I wouldn't have used a 12 by 12 by 6. I would have gone with the 12 by 12 by 8, put the air pillows on the bottom. You know, we even have an air pillow machine. Put air pillows on the bottom, then put my cross-laid bubble wrap, then put the dishes that were wrapped in cross-laid bubble wrap, and then finish off with air pillows on top. That's about the only thing that I think I could have done different, should have done different, that might have prevented the breakage. As it is, the buyer was very accommodating. She wasn't upset or nasty or angry or anything with me. She sent me all the photos I needed. We did insure the dishes. Because of the price, we did insure the dishes through Pirate Ship, And some of you are going to wonder, why didn't you just take advantage of the USPS priority mail? Didn't go priority mail. And I know they have insurance on Ground Advantage too, but I do not trust the USPS to pay out on breakage. Not delivered? Sure, they might pay out eventually. But yeah, several years ago I had something break and I filed a claim, and the USPS claims department told me, she said, we turn everything down. We're told to decline. We are told to decline. This was back when things were shut down a few years ago. But yeah, I did get paid out on the insurance claim through Pirate Ship. Pirate Ship doesn't actually insure it. It's a different company that insures through Pirate Ship, and I only claimed the one plate. All I wanted was to get reimbursed for the one plate, and that's what I reimbursed the buyer for. One plate plus shipping. That's what I reimbursed for. So at least she had 4 good ones to use. And yeah, I'll pack it even better next time. I promise. Elastic no more. What does that mean? Well, a couple years ago, I went to a garage sale and I bought out all the clothing that the lady had left. Well, she didn't tell me that the night before I got there, she let her niece go through it and cherry pick some clothing. So when I got there, the best brands that I was looking for were actually gone. But, you know, I was only paying $30. And it took Mark and me 3 hours to go through it all. We threw out half of it. Half or more ended up in garbage bags. Right in front of her. She sat there and watched us doing this. We were outside on her patio. She watched us. I brought home a tub of skirts and I brought home a tub of blouses. Ended up, I really didn't like hardly any of the clothes that we had brought home. So it sat and it sat and it sat for a couple of years. And I got the tub out of the skirts and I thought, okay, you know, these are kind of like those long flared, tiered Western style skirts, you know, square dancing skirts, cottage style, I guess you could say. I mean, I looked on eBay and I thought, okay, I'll go ahead and list these. The very first one I pulled out, I started looking at it, I'm like, this is elastic. Well, that's kind of good as long as it's not stretched out. And then I stretched the elastic and the elastic was dry rotted. Yeah, dry rotted. So I got another skirt and checked it out, and another skirt and checked it out, and another one. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've held on to this for a couple years and this stuff is so old. The elastic is completely dry rotted. I'm not going to be able to list these. I only found 3 skirts that had a regular waistband that I could list. So what I do, I like the fabric. I thought it was really beautiful. So I decided to keep the skirts for the fabric. Will I ever get any tops made out of it? I don't know. But I proceeded, well, I'll show you here what I proceeded to do. Keep watching. I was getting ready to list a whole tote of skirts that I picked up at a garage sale. And it never dawned on me when I bought these that the elastic in them could be dry rotted. Yep, as I'm going through them, I mean, these skirts probably are, 20 years old. And I do not feel comfortable with the elastic in any of them. With that said, the material is beautiful. It makes some beautiful tops. So instead of donating these, I think I'm going to cut off the elastic waist. See what I've got to work with here. Well, that one might be a little bit loud for me, but I might try making myself some new tops because there's there are plus sizes. There's a lot of fabric here and beautiful prints. Just don't trust the elastic. I can hear it. Do you hear that? That elastic is broken down, so they're not going to get donated, but I'm keeping the fabric. I don't have time to mess with trying to unthread these or try to do anything with it. I'm just going to make a cut and follow the waistband as close as possible without cutting through 2 layers here. Just cutting this off, cutting the elastic off, going for the fabric. This is just polyester, but that's okay. Most of the clothes I wear are polyester. Some of the skirts are cotton. Waistband is off, tag is off. I do have a flap. There is a flap on this one, but if you set that aside, I probably have close to almost 2 yards of fabric here to work with. Cool. I'll do that to all the skirts. See if I can find a pattern, an easy pattern that I can make myself some summer tops. Here are the skirts without the waistband. Now I just have to figure out what pattern I'm going to use because I have a lot of fabric here to make into tops, summer tops. Have you ever had eBay take down one of your listings? Well, we did, within about 48 hours after listing it. It's a hair dryer. Yeah, a vintage hair dryer that we found at the Reseller. Paid $5 for it. They took it down. They said it didn't fit their product safety policy. It's a hair dryer. What's the problem, eBay? They said it was recalled, but the thing is, I had looked up sold comps before I bought it, and there were plenty of them listed on eBay. Sound familiar? I know you've heard people say that before, right? Their item was taken down, but others are still for sale on eBay. Yeah, it happens. They gave me a link to go to, and I checked it out, and although this particular brand, Conair, and this particular model wasn't listed on recall, after looking at some photos, I figured out what the problem was. Figured it out. It's vintage. Looks brand new to me, but look at the cord. Do you see that? Well, that cord is a safety hazard for blow dryers. I don't know if it is for curling irons, but it is a safety hazard for hair dryers. Yeah, it should have that big block that you plug in that has a reset button on it that shuts off should this accidentally be dropped in water to ultimately prevent any kind of shock to the person using it. I learned something new, right? Well, my takedown was an AI takedown, artificial intelligence takedown. I forget exactly how I figured that out. eBay goes on to say in their letter that these kind of items may not be sold and that it's been recalled, but as I said, it's not really on the recall list that I could find. I searched all over the place for this make and model. So out of curiosity, I go back and look at the eBay sold items, and sure enough, they've recently sold with this plug. Then I looked at active listings. Well, I'll show you here. I'll show you some active listings on eBay that still has this. Well, I reported one of them. Yeah, I reported one of them for safety issue just to see what eBay would do. This time a human being got involved, not AI. And the human being sent me a letter saying, well, I'll show you here. We looked into your report and didn't find the listing to be in violation of our policy. This determination was made by a customer service agent. So like I said, eyes on it, right? Yeah, they didn't find anything wrong with the one I reported that had this type of plug. So that just proves how with eBay it's hit and miss as to who gets called out for products. Now, do I want to sell it now that I know? Of course I don't want to sell it now. But it's the fact that they're still on there, they're still selling, and yet AI or someone, but I think it was AI, took mine down. Have you had this happen to you? Leave a comment and let us all know if you've had a takedown on eBay. Some of you have enjoyed my recipes that I show in my vlog. And I don't know if you know, but I have another channel. I've had it for several years called Thrifty Recipes. Thrifty, Thrifty Recipes. And I have, I don't know how many videos I have on there, maybe 8 or 10 or so. Haven't had much time to work it. I'd like to get back to it, but you know, Mark and I eat differently these days since we started intermittent fasting and been working to lose weight. So I'm not inclined to make baked goods and stuff. But I do love to air fry things. In fact, one day I hugged my air fryer and told Mark, I love my air fryer. It's the best Christmas gift you ever gave me. And I like to try all kinds of things, but we use it, like I said, almost every day. And something I like that we find in grocery stores is mush, cornmeal mush. Some of you probably have heard of it. Some of you probably go, ooh, I don't like cornmeal mush. And some of you probably are like, what is that? It's cornmeal and water and salt, and it's only a couple dollars to buy it. So what's the point in making it? So anyway, cornmeal mush. Make sure when you go to open the package that you have it pointed towards the sink, the drain in the sink, before you poke it with the knife, because the package is always full of water and it will go everywhere. They're keeping it moist so it doesn't dry out. But anyway, I slice it. I put it in the air fryer. I did spray the air fryer. I think it was grapeseed oil. That you have to use a high heat oil when you spray your air fryer. And I just slice it, and it's only 400 degrees, 12 minutes. Turn it after 6, and it's great. Put some real maple syrup on it, and it's good to go. Good stuff. Well, I'll show you here. Looking good. Oh, excuse me. I think this is pretty good. We have a big breakfast every day, so of course we had to have some bacon and scrambled eggs with our fried mush. Leave a comment and let me know if you've ever tried fried mush. We love it. And it's something different to have because I make breakfast pretty much every single day. I have a photo to show you that I got a kick out of when Mark came in to wake me up one morning. I know that sounds a little strange, but we had some frozen breakfast pizzas, and they're microwavable, and they're really not very good, and I'm never going to buy them again. But on the packaging, they had something kind of quirky that you could cut out, and Mark came in to wake me up one morning. Well, I was awake, so he came in to greet me in the morning, and he had... Well, I'll show you here because he looks really goofy. Made me laugh. Loved it. I thought you might get a kick out of it too. So, what do you think of your photo?
What a handsome mustachio.
Yes. And
I like it.
and a really handsome beard. Yes, his cell phone just
I gotta
chimed.
turn off my cell phone.
Please, turn off your cell phone. So what do you think? I decided to spotlight you here at the end.
What more could you want?
I told them how you came in the bedroom one morning and greet me after I woke up. And,
In the bedroom?
Yeah, you came into the bedroom with that on.
Yeah, I did.
I got such a kick
And you
out of
laughed.
that. I laughed and laughed and laughed, yes. All right, hon, since you're here, I thought maybe you could give everyone a couple of updates. One would be a brief update on your weight loss for this past year.
Currently, I'm just about 50 pounds lighter than I was last year at this time.
Isn't that a woohoo? Congratulations. And I think I gained some of it. Actually, I'm only down about 15 or so, give or take. I fluctuate. I am not as disciplined as Mark is. So kudos to you, hon. You've done fantastic.
Thank you.
You've done great. Also, just give them a little update as to what's going on with your right hand.
Well, I've been dealing with carpal tunnel syndrome for quite a while. It was officially diagnosed last summer, even though I knew that it had existed for some time before that. But I put off the surgery. It got better, it got worse, it got better, and now it's at the point where it nags me almost every day. My fingers, especially my ring, middle, and index finger, go numb quite often, especially when I'm shaving, and it's very annoying. So I've finally decided to get it done and get it healed before summer, and I have to start riding the mower and other outdoor stuff.
I can't mow the yard. It's too steep. Can't do it.
And on top of that, I've had an issue with trigger finger in my right ring finger. That's, if you don't know what that is, it's when the you go to squeeze something and the finger locks in position. And it had been fairly simple just to open it up and it was okay. But more recently, it's gotten very painful to when it locks up, and I've wound up dropping things trying to open it back up. So
I'll be washing dishes, and it'll the trigger finger will trigger, and it just like boom, it's just instant like pain.
So the same doctor can do both surgeries. I decided to just go ahead and have both of them done at the same time. Recovery from the carpal tunnel is going to be just a week or so. It's going to have dissolving stitches, and it won't be a problem. But the incision in the hand to take care of the trigger finger, that's going to require the regular stitches that'll have to be cut out after a couple of weeks. And my hand usage is going to be restricted for some time. So
I'll
don't
be
know
taking care of
overall.
him. I will be. You just don't know how much Mark does around here. It's going to sound like I don't do anything, but I guess I do eBay and YouTube.
Doing the dishes, and I do laundry and run the sweeper.
Sweeping.
And I mean,
the yard, the cars.
Yeah, but some of that I'll still be able to do left-handed.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a boo-boo there. I was working.
I got a boo-boo on my thumb too. Aww.
I was cutting a piece of lumber the other night, and I decided to test how sharp the blade was in my table saw.
Yeah.
Fortunately, it was just a little nick.
Scary though. He's been remodeling his bathroom. I have lost my photographer, my assistant, my helper here for over a month now, and I have really slacked off on listing, and the sales are showing it. Obviously, the sales have been horrible. Maybe it's just the year, election year. Maybe it's just eBay. Maybe it's just the economy. All the above. But our sales have dropped a lot in the last few weeks. So I'm trying to get back to at least five listings a day. And
what was that?
I don't know. It's kind of like that, but it was 5. Looks like a turkey.
You call me a turkey?
No, I'm not. Anyway, I'm trying to get more disciplined because I've been very lax in photographing and listing. So we got to get you healed up and back on the road.
I'm down to just the last couple things to do in the bathroom. I'll
Then
just about be able to put the done stamp on it.
Yeah, the done stamp on the 3rd bathroom. We have 2.5 baths in this small house, and yeah, we're almost done with that. And then we have just a few more projects to do. You know, there's always a project, right? When you have a house, always
something.
But we're getting close. All right, thank you for coming down and joining me. He was upstairs giving me quiet time to get my video part done, so thank you.
Doing
what do you
paperwork.
think of this beautiful beard he has? Isn't he handsome?
Yeah.
Oh, you are. All right, thanks everyone for watching. What?
Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, thank you. Happy Valentine's Day to you. Today we bought some snacks while we were out and went out for lunch.
And we stopped at Dairy Queen.
Yes, we did. And a couple of thrift stores. Gotta do it, right? Thanks for watching. I'm Vicki.
And I'm Mark.
We're Avante Avenue, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
You had to stick that in there, didn't you?
Stick what in there?
That.
Yeah, the mustache photo.
Is that still recording?
Oh, yes it is.
It is, huh?
All right, I guess this is the blooper part.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to put our hand over there? No, that didn't work, did it?
All you have to do is cover the...
All right, thank you.